With England 1-0 up in the series, the teams travel to Nottingham for the second test, to be played at Trentbridge. Geoff Boycott is back in the England side to bolster the top order. Captain Mike Brearley drops to number 5. Mike Hendrick replaces Chris Old, and Graham Roop is out of the side. For New Zealand, John Wright is out, replaced by John Parker, and Bruce Edgar will open with Anderson. Brearley has won the toss and elected to bat. Conditions are cloudy as day 1 begins. We pick up play in the 3rd over. The score is none for 7 as Richard Hadley bowls to Boycott.
To me, it may have been fractionally short of Geoff Howarth. Chase for Edgar. And that could have been very nasty. Indication of how much rain has fallen up here.
And never been slow to appeal. No half measures about that. 4 runs. That was a fine shot, the one that Gooch had been waiting for. The overpitched half volley wide, allowed it to come on and crashed it square. And the shot repeated. The other side of cover this time, played that a little earlier, and we'll get 4 more for it. 2 spanking drives there from Graham Gooch.
It's a better looking stroke. Once again, it's Edgar and Anderson. And the 50 comes up. Splendid attacking blow there from Graham Gooch.
And a little flick at that. Well, he won't be pleased with that shot. It was always pitch wide and going further away still. Got into much better line there, just chipped it away for a single. It's fair to say that he could so easily have picked up both openers. Well, that's a good shot. He really middled that one, and you've got to middle it on this Trentbridge outfield today. It's very slow, but that one fairly raced away square on the offside. And that's it, and he's dropped another. Well, poor Hadley. John Parker, the offender this time at slip, and a very simple catch in terms of slip catches there. Gooch on 44, the total on 82, and Hadley now has had both openers dropped. Steered through the slips. Intended to play it in that direction, but possibly not as fine as that, but it brings him 4 runs. That's a lovely shot. Cracked through the offside by Gooch. The crowd have been waiting for that boundary because it brings up the 100. So Gooch bringing up this 100 partnership in the most positive way possible. In fact, bringing up the first opening century partnership in a test match this season. Also brings up Graham Gooch's 50 on a really fine innings.
Gooch is on strike. It's fatal to bowl short to Graham Gooch on a pitch as easy and lacking in bounce as this one. Well, it took 3 goes before they got their first wicket. Mark Burgess is the man, and Graham Gooch is gone. Bracewell takes the first wicket of the innings, 111 for 1.
It's a cloudy but dry day in Nottingham. Clive Radley is the new batsman, and he faces Brendan Bracewell.
Some nice timing went into that shot. It's a long boundary away on the left-hand side as we look down from the pavilion. That's it. And as neat a stroke as you could wish to see to bring up the half-century for Geoff Boycott. Goes on to 53.
Oh, that was skillfully placed. Raced away between second and third slip for 4 runs.
Well, poor Richard Hadlee.
So from this pavilion end, the near end tours, it's Bracewell to Boycott. Over pitch ball, gone for 4. Wide, swinging half volley. It's food and drink that to Boycott. And flattered it very confidently through the offside to bring up 200 for England. That's through, and that's through for 4. So another fine 50 for Clive Radley. So Radley 51 out of 216 for 1, and the focus once again on Boycott on 95 as he faces pace of Hadlee. Poor Mr. Edwards is not having a very happy day out there. A hole in his glove there, and they took a bye for it. Well, he got in quite a tangle there.
Brendan Bracewell to Geoff Boycott. There it is. Well, for one moment, it didn't look as though he was going through for the second. And you pick up 5 for that. New Zealand is looking ragged now. And it's to be Bradley to face Richard Hadlee. That is out. No question about that. I think Richard Hadlee deserved that. He's had 3 chances missed. And a few LBW decisions turned down early on that were certainly worth going up for. Finally, he's taken the second wicket with just half an hour to play today. Radley, LBW, one that looked as though it might have cut back a little and perhaps kept the fraction low. It's a great shot because it wasn't all that short.
252 for 2 is a very, very good day for England in this second test match. Can Geoffrey Boycott extend that overnight 108 not out onto a double century on what was an absolutely perfect day? Conditions, in fact, very much in favour of the England batsman. Boycott's partner was Gower, and the total had moved on to 271 for 2. Boycott was 115, and here's Bracewell coming in to bowl at him now.
And that's Bracewell doing the chasing away on the right-hand side now. And a great save. They'll still pick up their 4 runs, but it was a super piece of fielding. Well, I think he was waiting for that. It should be out. Richard Hadlee's getting under it to make sure. Not trusting it to anyone else. The hook shot brought about Boycott's dismissal. The second bouncer, a little bit quicker. A little bit sharper, and Boycott was never over the top of it. Caught and bowled Richard Hadlee for 131.
With England 3 for 301, new batsman Brealey faces Hadlee.
Mike Brealey's off the mark. Graceful again, but I don't think he's got much chance of getting that. Very fine deflection.
Cairns from the pavilion end. That's a bit more like the old Brealey. Exquisitely timed cover drive over pitch ball, and that I'm sure will do him a power of good. That's pushed away very nicely. It's short. Brealey, no need to run. He's found the gap all right this time. So Gower picking up a lot of threes. That's in the air, and it's caught, and David Gower goes for 46. Stephen Buck picking up his wicket. Well, he's been dropped a couple of times at mid-on in this series to date, but Lance Cairns making absolutely no mistake. A very gentle catch offered. But a half-hearted shot in the end, seeing the downfall of David Gower. He's out for 46, and the total now 342 for 4. And nice to get off the mark first ball. Tucked it away very nicely for a single.
Brendan Bracewell, that long leg. He's had a very good day in the field. Bracewell, 2 marvellous saves. Away at long leg on the other side of the ground. Single to both and brings up the 350. 27. Stephen Buck now to Botham. Good catch. And a nice little piece of bowling by Buck. Richard Hadlee, who bowled so well and has taken 2 wickets, has now helped Buck onto his 2nd wicket at a total cost of only 14 runs. 350 for 5. And quite deservedly that got a cheer. It was a beautiful stroke.
Bowling change at the far end. Sees Richard Hadlee coming back into the attack. And that's edged, and he's caught this time. So at long last, the catch has been snapped up at slip. Howarth takes the wicket. So 6 England men out now. The total on 364, with Miller into the pavilion having made 4. Hadlee now to Edmonds. Well, that's a good spirited start. Short one. He's had a waft at it, didn't really middle it, but picks up a run. And that's it. So Cairns at long last strikes his first blow, coming in his 33rd over, the in-swinger inside edge, and Edmonds goes for 6. So 7 wickets down now, total on 374. Edmonds bowled by Cairns for 6. Cairns again to Taylor. And he's away this time all right. Very pleasantly struck half volley and cracked through mid-off for 4. That's a good shot. That'll raise through for 4 all right. In fact, this outfield now is gathering pace. The sun has done its work here today. It's dried out, and that one very sweetly struck by Brearley.
With England 7 for 401, Captain Burgess takes the 3rd new ball as soon as it becomes due. Strike bowler Richard Hadlee is given the opportunity to finish off the England innings. He bowls to England captain Mike Brearley.
Beautiful shot from Rod Taylor. Nicely timed, middled it perfectly. No ball, and mixed up with that was a very good shot from Brearley. No hesitation there. He was into the hook shot before umpire Spencer's call came along. And he has every right to smile too, because it's quite a good little comeback innings for the England captain. Played some good shots, also struggled as one tends to do, and there's some nice feeling from the dressing room there. He's out, Parker, first slip, just before tea. Players will come off now. Brearley has made an even 50, 419 for 8.
The sun's disappeared now. It's a little cooler here. And it's Hadlee to Hendrick. Oh, gave that the old 1-2. Couldn't say it was exactly close to the pitch of the ball, but it shows you what a good eye and a good swing of the bat can do. So at long last, he gets, once again, his just desserts. Admirable spell of pace bowling by Hadlee. Finally a count in there for Bob Taylor. Taylor drawing away here, you'll see, trying to chop it away through the slip area. Succeeded only in edging it onto the off stump. Bracewell to Hendrick. And that's it. Little touch, caught behind, snapped up by Jack Edwards. Hendrick goes for 7. And England are all out for 429.
Both teams can be well pleased with that scorecard. England, because they moved on to 429 from 252 for 2. Boycott 131, Gower 46, Brearley 50. And then down the bottom of the order, Taylor 22, after a little mini collapse where Botham and Miller and Edmonds all went quickly. Well, New Zealand needed 230 to avoid the follow-on, a torrid time in front of them with just a little while to play this afternoon. And here's the first over. Bob Wilson is steaming in from the pavilion end, and Robert Anderson is the batsman.
He'll be pleased to get off the mark. He was hopping around like a scalded rabbit in that over. Just needs to quicken the reactions up a little bit. So for the first time, we've got the 21-year-old left-hander Bruce Edgar down at the far end. That's a very useful ball. Really was a corker, that. That's a nice shot. Gets Edgar away, tucked it very comfortably off his legs. And a good sprint round there by Boycott. A long way to go. He was very fine at long leg, picking that up square, and Edgar gets nicely away with 3 runs.
1 to Anderson, 3 to Edgar. The England players have hustled into their positions. It's over the top. And 4 runs to Robert Anderson. And Edgar was waiting, and it brought a little hesitation from umpire Spencer. But Ian Botham curved that one away from the bat. And Bob Taylor did the rest, with Edgar dismissed for 6. Caught Taylor bowled Botham, and once again, Botham has broken a partnership.
New Zealand is 1 for 27 as Ian Botham bowls to Anderson.
That must be out. Good piece of bowling that by Botham. Switched his angle there, run from the end of the line, bowled the in-swinger. An excellent piece of bowling by Botham to get rid of Anderson there. Anderson goes LBW for 19, and New Zealand reeling here at 27 for 2. Botham to Howth. Oh dear, that's cracked him on the back of the head. Ducked, but he didn't duck low enough, and that's given him a nasty cry. He's like a boxer who's just receiving on the opponent of the jaw. He's swaying there. He bounced. I think he was hoping for the hook shot because he got Edmonds posted there for it. And it was a last-minute reaction there from Howth to duck. Didn't quite duck low enough, and you see it just cracking him on the back of the head and flying very high in the air. But, obviously feeling a little dizzy. Anybody who's been hit by a cricket ball at the back of the head knows that it's a hard and it hurts. John Parker then to face Hendrick. Oh, and that's it. And Parker's gone. Outside edge, another tremendous Derbyshire combination there. Caught Taylor, bowled Hendrick. And real trouble now for New Zealand. 3rd wicket going down at 35. Already got Howth in the pavilion, retired hurt. And how are they going to recover from these early shocks?
35 for 3 New Zealand, and that is an absolute disaster. That was the story at Trent Bridge today, when a little bit of misty rain and some bad light stopped play very early on. There were 188 minutes lost. Play started again at 3:20 with the tea interval scheduled for 4:40. The New Zealanders moved on to 43 for 3, and here's Bob Willis now, bowling to Stephen Bok.
Good shot from a tail ender. He's gone in as night watchman. And he must be gone. You could hear that right round the ground, the outside edge, and Botham has struck again with Burgess gone for 5. Caught Taylor, bowled Botham, a good piece of bowling that. And the New Zealanders now 47 for 4. Great keeper he is. be in the shadow of Alan Knott for so long that one is almost forgotten after this year what a marvellous performer Bob Taylor can be. 49 for 5 now. The night watchman Stephen Bott goes. Caught Taylor, bowled Willis, a very good delivery, and he was dismissed for 8. New batsman going out is Geoff Howarth, player injured yesterday. Hit in the back of the head, ducking into a bumper from Ian Botham. The 4 runs, another no ball, with Botham just striving to put in that little bit extra. Bev Congdon, after all these years, has a favourite stroke. That's probably it. He plays very well square of the wicket, and that just underlines what Ted Dexter said about keeping the ball up on the damp surface.
Botham to Howarth. That's edged away through the slips, racing down towards the pavilion for 4. That's pitched wider outside the leg stump and pushed away by Howarth. I think he's quite pleased to get up the other end. A bit of respite from this very keen, accurate England attack. Slip has been taken out for Miller, who's continuing from this pavilion end. Short cut away quite powerfully by Congdon. That's a fine shot. Goes through for 4 runs. Takes him on to 21, and that's a milestone in New Zealand cricket history, because Bevan Congdon is now the heaviest scorer in Test match cricket in New Zealand. Congdon facing Botham. That's a chance, and it's brilliantly caught. Superb catch there at second slip. A really magnificent effort by Mike Hendrick. Flew off the bat. Congdon, who's defied England for so long, has fallen to a really excellent catch in the slips. He goes for 27. So 6 New Zealanders out for the score on 99.
New Zealand are 6 for 99. Wicketkeeper Graham Edwards has had a disappointing game with the gloves. He now has a chance to redeem himself with the bat. He faces Botham.
And he's out. First ball caught behind, and Botham struck again. 2 in 2. Tremendous piece of bowling again by the young Somerset all-rounder. A first baller for Jock Edwards. 2 in 2 for Ian Botham, and yet another catch for the brilliant Taylor behind. That's 5 catches he's taken in this innings, as New Zealand reel now at 99 for 7. Botham with a hat-trick already to his name earlier this season. Here he comes. Well, luckily, Cairns got his foot well outside the off-stump. Useful in-swing again from Ian Botham, who's turning in another really excellent spell here. 5 wickets to his name now. Cost of 26. That was a hat-trick ball, and conveniently got his leg well outside the off-stump. Botham to Cairns. Well, he's squeezed a single through mid-wicket. A single sufficient to bring up the 100 for the struggling New Zealanders here. Howarth on 24, Edmonds the bowler. And that could be a good catch. Is it going to be? No, it's not been upheld.
Edmonds to bowl to Cairns. It had to happen at some stage. Edmonds teasing Cairns and then giving him the slower, flighted delivery. Cairns hitting right across it. It really was a rustic hoik, that one. And the 8th wicket goes down for 110. That one really did turn. Didn't quite time that, but he's hit it away well enough to have it bounce 3 or 4 times and then go over the rope. no doubt about that one. A nice, straightforward catch to Graham Gooch. The 9th wicket goes down at 115, and that's Ian Botham's 50th Test match wicket. What a good performance. His 6th wicket in the innings in his 20th over. Nicely pitched delivery, that, going off the outside edge, and Gooch, a straightforward catch at the wider of those 3 slips. Bob Willis is giving chase, but he's got no chance of cutting that off. And 4 more to Jeff Howard to take him to 30. To go to the bowler's end. And umpire Spencer has refused to allow that. He's sent the batsman back. The assumption that Bracewell didn't play a stroke. Bowled him, and Edmonds with that extra ball to bowl at Bracewell. 120 all out New Zealand, failing by 110 to avoid the follow-on. One assumes that really will be enforcing it.
New Zealand is none for 5 at the start of day 4. Bruce Edgar is 4. Robert Anderson has yet to score as he faces Willis.
He's keen to get the run. If it's the wicket, must be out. He's gone. Lovely piece of work there by Gower. A very, very foolish run by Anderson. Howarth to face. That's a good firm shot. Over pitch ball. Swinging slightly away. There's no third man. Miller is giving chase. Just going to beat him. And Jeff Howarth opens his account with a boundary. Waited for that, put it away quite nicely. Forced off the back foot. It's going to beat Gower and go through for 4. Still to be Willis from the pavilion end, and still round the wicket. And that's 4 runs, no third man there. Again, it's another lovely shot from Howarth, overpitched, cracked away through mid-off, and Gower once again won't cut that one off.
So 50 comes up on the board for New Zealand. And he's gone. There's a good delivery from Mike Hendrick. He's been moving that leg cutter nicely. That was a bit quicker, perfectly pitched, and it went away off the seam for Botham to take quite a straightforward catch. And Howarth is out. Caught Botham, bowled Hendrick for 34. New Zealand 63 for 2.
And that's Parker off the mark.
That's a good ball. Ian Botham back in the attack now from the pavilion end to Edgar. It's another pleasant shot. Here's Edgar on 31 now. And turned away quite nicely. Lovely throw coming in from Boycott G right over the top of the stumps. Well, it's short again, and once again Parker comes into his own, cracks it away square. It's going to beat Gower and go through for 4. The total on to 81 for 2. And it is Miller who's going to come on and see if he can shift this stubborn left-hander.
It's a fine shot. Wasn't a bad delivery, but Edgar made it into a half volley. Beating Willis at fine leg. And 100 comes up for New Zealand, with Bruce Edgar going on to 40.
Parker again waiting for the short one, cutting it away nicely. That ball gathers pace down that hill there, and it's beaten Miller. So there's one place to keep the helmet. Wallace back over the wicket now. Lovely stop by Radley. He's pretty deep there in the gully. Just gave him that extra few seconds to see it.
Oh, his trouble if he hits the stumps. And he's gone. What a sacrifice. Nice piece of fielding. But my word, what a stupid way to get out. $127 for 3 now, and Parker was run out for 38. He's away now, just a single. And there's Bruce Edgar's half century. There's no third man, and that's 4 runs. Out this time. My word, that was a good catch, good reflex action. Both of them half turning away, but still grabbing the ball out of thin air. And Edgar out for 60. Put both of them bowled. Edmonds, and it's 148 for 4.
That's flighted. And it's a magnificent catch. Beautiful ball there. Held back, and Braille has taken a brilliant catch at slip. Edmonds strikes again. Burgess goes for 7. And that could be the last hope here for New Zealand. So first ball for Jock Edwards. And that's one of the biggest rounds of applause we've had all day. Nothing wrong with that. Very short, hit away very powerfully by Edwards through mid-wicket. Really latched onto that, picked it up exceedingly well. That's edged, and it's beautifully taken. So Congdon goes. And another vital wicket for Ian Botham. Jock Edwards on 10 now at the far end, brings Lance Cairns down to face Ian Botham. And that's out, LBW. No question at all about that. Cairns had gone back to a full-length ball. Cairns departs without scoring. 7 New Zealanders are out now for 168. A rare bad delivery from Phil Edmonds. Very short. Just about first time we've seen him off line and length here. Turned away by Edwards for 4 runs.
to Richard Hadlee, takes him on to 3. And he's gone, caught and bowled. Good bowling that from Edmonds. A little bit slower. Pitched round about middle leg, and enough spin to bring it back to find the outside edge. Nice piece of bowling. And it's 180 for 8 with Edwards out. Caught and bowled Edmonds for 18. Four runs through the gap between the wider of the slips and the man at Gully. That's quite straightforward, that catch, and it had to happen once Bertham decided he was going to keep the ball up to the bat. Richard Hadlee has gone for 2, caught Taylor, bowled Bertham, 190 for 9, and Bertham has 3 for 59. And that's it. Edmonds has bowled Stephen Bott, and England have won by an innings and 119 runs, a conclusive victory if ever there were one.